YouTube. Here I am again with an interesting piece. This is an Altichron BN4021-02e. This is not a dive watch, it's a multi-purpose watch, even though it has a water resistance of 200 meters. That's why I guess I'm also putting it into the dive watch review or dive watch presentation kind of theme, because any watch that has 200 meter waterproof capacity is potentially a dive watch, which would be maybe a skin diving watch, due to that it doesn't have a rotating bezel with any minutes or any stopwatch function. Still it tells the time, and it's something you could wear underwater. So it's quite a stunning watch, as you can see. Incredibly busy dial, a lot of colors, a lot of things going on there. It's a big watch, 49.5 millimeter diameter, 15.7 millimeter thickness. It's a titanium cased watch, which you can see the color is a bit grayish matte. I think the ring at the top is probably stainless steel, that polished kind of or brushed look. But the base is titanium for sure, which reflects in the weight of the watch. So it's actually below 100 grams. We're at 98 grams, which is not much. Of course, also related to this silicon strap. If you put it on a stainless steel or a titanium bracelet, I guess you'll be way over 100 grams. This is really light, so it wears almost, it's almost invisible or undetectable on your wrist. For such a big watch, it wears really comfortable. It doesn't dig in anywhere. It sits beautifully on the wrist. And I have an 8-inch wrist, so the size is just nice. And it comes in this beautiful color scheme, red, this electric yellow, then we have a slightly, let's say, more creamy yellow, black dial here also, and yeah, the white hour marker. So there's a lot going on there, a lot of colors. I guess you really can consider this a busy dial, and not to everyone's taste, but for sure it's a very technical watch, gizmo, a gadget. This came out 2013, so it's not a new watch. It's quite an old watch already, almost 10 years since it was launched. What is special about this watch also is that it is a fully analog watch, so it does not have any digital display, even though it has some functions that would normally be you would see on digital watches, or which would be carried out in a digital way in many other watches, which is the altimeter, which is this yellow dial. And accordingly we have a yellow pusher to activate it, and then we have an electronic compass, which is activated by the red ringed pusher button at the top here, and is this stunted red skeletonized hand, which will then show you the north, the magnetic north. Normally you have to calibrate this watch, so yeah, I don't do that. It's a procedure which you're supposed to follow buttons. I just will show you how this works when you press it. So if you want to activate the compass, you activate that, it goes left, right, and then it will show the magnetic north, which if you move the watch, you can see it will just follow, or it will realign with the magnetic north. This function is, when activated, it will be in place for 20 20 seconds if not mistaken, so it's not like a permanent function. There it goes back to the default resting place. So what you do is you use this for navigation. We have this screw down crown here at the 2 o'clock position, which you can then basically use to navigate by aligning it with the north. Alright, so I would align it with the north here. So this is north, right? And then I would have the other southwest, east directions there. So it's a nice function, which, yeah, you can sometimes use, but it's more something to have, not really something to use. Interesting is this this yellow button here, which is the Altimeter, which also will sway left and right, and then it will, as you can see, this little dial here will go down to the to the 0 position, and then it will show you the current height. So currently we're at somewhere around 14-meter height. I'm almost at sea level. That is correct, and this function stays in place for a few hours, so you can more or less follow your, if you're walking around or trekking, you can keep track of your profile in terms of the height that you've achieved. So in total we have 6 hands on this watch, which is quite a lot. We have the normal, the hour, minute and seconds hands, which just display a single time, and then we have the yellow and the red skeletonized dials, and then this little dial at the 9 o'clock position, which will either show you the it's either charge indication function, which it's going to now. So as you can see, it'll go up. It's almost fully charged, this watch. This is an eco drive, known caliber, the J280. So I'm not 100% sure what exactly is the difference to the J250, for example. Could be that maybe something to do with the date function. This one only has the date function. But anyway, it's an eco drive, so with a lithium battery which self-charges via photocell, and when fully charged you have around about 11 months of charge in there. So that is again maintenance free, saves a lot of battery waste, millions of batteries that the citizen has saved this way, and it just works perfectly well, plus minus 15 seconds per month. It's a quartz movement which has all the accuracy and reliability of the quartz. So this has been, I've had this I don't know, 7-8 years, and it just keeps running. There's nothing you need to do. This watch does not have a rotating bezel, as mentioned. It just has this ring. Looks like I would say a stainless steel ring around the top of the case, and we have a flat mineral crystal, so it's not a sapphire, unfortunately. There's another version, the Cirrus, which is slightly more expensive, which has also a very busy dial, a very nice watch, beautiful watch, 3D kind of look, and that has a sapphire crystal, but this one does not. At least the flat crystal, let's say, does not protrude. It protrudes a little bit, but not that much that you'd knock on something all the time. So I've managed to keep this watch quite scratch-free. On this side we have the activating pushers described just now, the red and the yellow, and then this sensor, which looks like a depth sensor, but actually it's the altimeter sensor. So it has a some kind of barometer in there. Silicon strap. This watch has is, apart from being a dust magnet, so it does attract a lot of these little particles. But other than that, it's really very soft, very subtle, a very nice strap. And of course, we have this little buckle here, the Citizen buckle with the Citizen logo on it, and beautifully executed, very nice. A lot of details done there. Yeah, so Citizen does a good job there on the buckle, very convincing and beautiful. The strap is, in terms of length, on the shorter end. So on my 8-inch wrist, it's enough. It doesn't, let's say, it's not too short, but usually some of the other divers, we have longer straps, which I prefer to have it a bit longer, but okay, this one's just nice, I would say. If you have a wrist smaller than 8 inches, then should be even better. It'll fit perfectly. Other than that, I guess functions we've gone through. There are probably some other functions that I have not covered. There are some indicators there which I'm not 100% sure what exactly is the function. Yeah, some signs and things there. Yeah, I'd have to go more in depth, but I guess it tells the time. That's what we need. And it's really quite fun to have the altimeter and the compass in here as an add-on function. The date window is a nicely framed window, and we have a white font on a black background, which is no issue. It's easily readable, very nice. As you can see, we have on the dial actually some concentric circles here. If you look at the inside, there's a slight step there, so we have some 3D look on the dial, and the chapter ring is also quite prominent, and yeah, it's in this almost stadium look or slanted look. And adds to this depth and the 3D look of the watch. Okay, on the caseback, we have a screw-down caseback. We have this Citizen Eco Drive logo, which I am not a fan of. It's just looks a bit bland. I prefer some nice maritime, or in this case maybe some kind of other references. But anyway, it's an Eco Drive, and that's why it has to have that globe logo. As you can see, it's a Duratect. That's the coating which is applied on the titanium to make it 2 or 3 times even harder than steel. So, or additionally adds to the hardness. So in total, I think we have multiple times hardness of steel here. Other than that, we just have the caliber denomination there, and yeah, the usual advice not to open the watch yourself, which usually I wouldn't do or recommend anyway. So we leave that up to the experts to also get back this the waterproofness. All right, guys, that's about it. If you want to know anything else, just put it in the comments. And if you like this review, or you want to see other watches, dive watches, Seiko, Citizens, I have a number of reviews, and yeah, you can subscribe there, check out the other watches. All right, guys, thanks, bye, peace out.